Hello and welcome back to Vintage. We brought in the millennium. We thought the 90s were well and truly behind us, but time has proven there's nothing like a bit of 90s nostalgia. Even the fashion has enjoyed a revival in recent years, with what chokers being all the rage again, as well as high-rise mum jeans and crop tops. But sadly, we couldn't bring everything with us into the 2000s. And now in 2024, here's 10 things that are truly well left behind in the 90s. But there are some things from that decade, like say pagers, that are well and truly in the past and very unlikely to come back. Here are 10 of them. 1. Long phone calls on the landline. Once upon a time, we didn't have mobile phones. Well, most people didn't anyway, so if we needed to chat somebody, we called their house phone. Because of the cord, you had to stay put though, so if the phone was in a public room, it meant lots of awkward moments trying to make sure the other members of your household didn't know what you were chatting about with your bestie. The youth of today will also never understand the struggle of having to call a crush's house phone, knowing a scary parent or older sibling could answer. The long phone calls with your mates about nothing were one of the best things ever, though. 2. Applying for a job in person versus online. 20 years ago, walking into a business and handing in a physical copy of your resume was the norm. It allowed for face-to-face interactions and sometimes even on-the-spot interviews. However, with the rise of technology and the internet, job applications have largely shifted online. Companies now have dedicated career portals or use third-party job platforms to manage applications. This shift offers several advantages, such as easier tracking of applications, standardized processes, and the ability to reach a wider pool of candidates. While some businesses might still accept in-person applications, they often redirect applicants to their online system, reflecting the dominant trend toward digital recruitment processes. 3. Using the phone book versus online search engines. Before the internet became ubiquitous, the phone book, particularly the Yellow Pages, was a primary source of finding businesses and their contact info. It was a massive book organized alphabetically by business category. However, the advent of search engines like Google has dramatically changed how we find information. With a few keystrokes, we can access a wealth of information, but businesses, including their contact details, reviews, and even directions. This convenience has rendered traditional phone books less relevant, leading to the decline in usage. While some people may still have a nostalgic attachment to flipping through the pages of a phone book, its practical utility has significantly diminished in the age of digital search engines. 4. Using disposable cameras. In the 90s and earlier, disposable cameras were a common sight at events, vacations, and everyday moments. They provided a convenient way to capture memories without the need for expensive or delicate equipment. However, the trade-off was that you couldn't preview or edit the photos before developing them. This added an element of surprise and anticipation as you eagerly awaited the results from the photo lab. Unfortunately, there was always the risk of disappointment if the film got exposed to the lights or if the photos didn't turn out as expected. Despite the rise of digital cameras and smartphones, disposable cameras still hold a nostalgic appeal of some, offering a tangible and tactile way to document special moments. 5. Going on holiday and being out of touch. Before the era of ubiquitous smartphones and Wi-Fi connectivity, going on holiday meant disconnecting from the outside world. Once you boarded that plane or train, you were effectively off the grid for the duration of your trip. This provided a sense of freedom and escape, allowing you to fully immerse yourself in the experience without distractions from work emails or social media notifications. Additionally, it prevented the temptation to constantly check in or share updates with friends and followers, preserving the spontaneity and authenticity of the travel experience. While staying connected while traveling has its benefits, there's something truly special about the blissful simplicity of being unreachable for a while. 6. Using a payphone. Payphones are once a ubiquitous sight on street corners, in train stations, and outside shops. They provided a lifeline of communication when you were out and about and needed to make a call. With just a handful of coins, you could reach out to friends, family, or emergency services. However, the proliferation of mobile phones has led to a sharp decline in the use of payphones. Many have been removed or repurposed, and spotting one in the wild has become increasingly rare. While the convenience of mobile phones has largely supplanted the need for payphones, they remain a nostalgic symbol of a bygone era of communication. 7. Memorizing your phone numbers. Before the era of mobile phones and digital contact lists, remembering phone numbers was a necessity. You would have the number of friends, family, and important contacts stored in your memory. It was common to dial these numbers manually on landline phones. However, with the advent of smartphones and digital address books, people rely less on memorization. Contact info is easily accessible with just a few taps on a screen. While this convenience has its benefits, it also has led to the decline in the need to remember phone numbers by heart, with many people now only knowing a handful of numbers, if any. 8. Going to a library for research. Before the internet became a ubiquitous source of info, libraries were the go-to resource for research. Students would spend hours browsing through books, journals, and other reference materials to gather information for school projects or research papers. Additionally, librarians played a crucial role in assisting patrons with finding relevant resources and navigating the library's catalog system. While libraries still serve as valuable community hubs and resources, the internet has revolutionized searches by providing instant access to a variety of info from anywhere with an internet connection. Online databases, scholarly articles, and research engines have made it easier and faster to find info, reducing the need for physical library visits for many types of research. 9. Spending Friday night in Blockbuster. Before the era of streaming services like Netflix and digital rentals, a Friday night often meant a trip to the local video store, such as Blockbuster. These stores offered a wide selection of movies for the rent, ranging from the latest releases to classic favorites. Choosing a movie was an experience in itself. Browsing through aisles filled with VHS tapes or DVDs, reading plot summaries, and checking out movie trailers playing on screens throughout the store. However, the rental experience has come with its challenges, such as late fees and overdue returns, and the disappointment of finding that the movie you wanted was already rented out. While the convenience of streaming services has largely replaced the need for physical rentals, many still reminisce about the nostalgia and excitement of a Friday night trip to Blockbuster. 10. Record the top 40 on a cassette tape. Says it all really, but make sure you press pause before the DJ starts to talk over that's too late.